When people think of Las Vegas, they think of fun, freedom, and maybe a little bit of chaos. And to be fair, that's all true. But what most people don't realize is that Vegas is also a place where it's very easy to lose control of your time, your energy, and especially your money. The first time I went, I didn't do anything extreme. I didn't gamble heavily. I didn't party all night. And still, by the end of the trip, I felt slightly overwhelmed, slightly over budget, and not entirely sure how it all happened. So in this video, I want to walk you through 10 things that would genuinely help you navigate Vegas better. Not just what to avoid, but what to actually do instead. Before anything else, the most important thing is this. Understand that Vegas is intentionally designed to keep you inside and engaged. Casinos don't have windows. You won't see clocks. The layout often loops in ways that make it hard to find exits quickly. The goal isn't to trap you, it's to make you stay longer without noticing. What you should do is to set a rough time limit before entering a casino and check your phone regularly for time, and to decide in advance what you're there for. My personal note? The first time I walked into a casino, I genuinely thought I would stay for maybe 10 minutes. And then I ended up wandering around much longer than I expected. Not because I wanted to, but because I lost my sense of direction. And once you're aware of that, you naturally become more intentional. Tip number 2, set a clear spending limit. Vegas doesn't usually take your money in big, dramatic ways. It's much more subtle than that. Small amounts here and there add up very quickly. So what you should do is to decide a daily budget before your trip and separate the experience money from the essential expenses. And if you plan to gamble, treat that money as already spent. My personal example, I once told myself, okay, I'll just try a little, nothing serious. But because there wasn't a clear limit, it became very easy to continue. And it's not about discipline, it's about removing decision making in the moment. Tip number 3, plan your movement. One thing that surprises almost everyone, Vegas is not walkable in the way it looks. Distances on the strip are much longer than they appear. So what you should do, group activities by location. Don't go back and forth. And use Uber or taxi strategically instead of walking everything. Wear comfortable shoes. This makes a bigger difference than you think. My personal experience, I once tried to walk between 2 hotels that look close enough, and then it ended up taking much longer. In the heat, with multiple detours through casinos. And after that, I started planning my route more carefully, and it completely changed the experience. Tip number 4, take the heat seriously. If you're visiting during warmer months, this is not optional advice. The desert heat is intense, even if you're not outside for long. So what you should do is always carry a bottle of water and avoid long walks during peak afternoon hours, and take indoor breaks intentionally. My personal observation, the heat doesn't always feel overwhelming at first, but it builds gradually. And by the time you feel exhausted, you are already dehydrated. So managing your energy is just as important as managing your time and your money. Tip number 5, expect hidden cost. Vegas hotels often look very affordable upfront, but the final price is usually higher. What you should do is always check for resort fees before booking and budget for taxes and additional charges. Don't base your decisions only on the listed nightly rate. And my personal note here is, the first time I booked a hotel, I genuinely thought I found a great deal, right? But only at the checkout did I realize how much the additional fees added up. So after that, I started calculating the true total cost before booking. Tip number 6, be intentional with food. Food in Vegas ranges from very affordable to extremely expensive. Without planning, it's easy to overspend here. So what you should do is plan 1 to 2 meals you're excited about and balance them with simpler casual options. And then you can check menus in advance. And in the end, there is a Walgreens nearby. There is also a CVS on the strip. You should get your water and your regular fruits and stay away from the minibar in the hotel room. My personal experience, I've had meals that were absolutely worth it and others that feel overpriced for what they were. So a little planning makes a big difference in how satisfied you feel afterward. Tip number 7, manage your time. Time in Vegas feels very different because everything is open late and there are no natural cues to stop. So what you should do is decide your end time for the day and schedule at least one slow or restful activity. And don't try to do everything in one trip. My personal reflection on that? At one point, I realized I had been awake far longer than I intended it. Not because I was having the best time ever, but because I never paused. So, being intentional with your schedule helps you enjoy more, not less. Tip number 8, protect your energy. Vegas is highly stimulating. Lights, noise, and with all the crowds, it's very constant. Constantly stimulating your brain and exhaust your energy. So what you should do is take breaks away from the main strip and spend some time in quieter environments. Recognize when you're getting tired. My personal note on that is I did not realize how mentally tired I was until I stepped into a quiet space, and the difference was immediate. So, not every moment has to be high energy to be enjoyable. Tip number 9, explore beyond gambling. Vegas has much more than casinos. What you should do is look into shows, exhibitions, or unique attractions. And to remember, explore themed hotels and free experiences. Treat Vegas as entertainment, not just gambling. My personal perspective on that is some of my favorite moments weren't in casinos at all. They were just walking, observing, and taking in how unique the city feels. Tip number 10, define your own experience. This might be the most important one, because Vegas is built to guide your behavior, but you don't have to follow it. What you should do is decide what kind of trip you want before you arrive and stay aware of how you're spending your time and money and adjust them as you go. My personal reflection on that is once I stopped reacting to what Vegas was offering and started choosing intentionally, the experience became much more enjoyable. In the end, Vegas is not a place you win or lose. It's a place you experience. And whether that experience feels overwhelming or enjoyable depends largely on how prepared you are going in. If you understand how the city works, you don't have to avoid it. You just navigate it better. Remember, Vegas doesn't change, but the way you experience it, it can.